Hi guys, today we will be re-recording the intro to a video I already made yesterday because the footage decided to corrupt, rendering itself completely and catastrophically useless. Which brings me on to my next point. Guys, welcome back to yet another unoriginal commentary channel. To be honest guys, Instagram Reels recently have been... You know, with all the stuff going on in the media at the moment, my feed has just been filled with political conspiracies, and that's not why you come here. You come here to see out-of-touch influencers and gay alpha males. Which is why today I'm on Reddit, where nothing bad ever happens. Ever. There's a subreddit called Am I Overreacting, which none of you will have ever heard of before because I'm actually the first YouTuber ever to cover it. Basically, as you'd imagine, someone will share a personal experience which just so happens to be like the worst thing you've ever heard to kind of gain reassurance from other Redditors as to whether they're overreacting or not. I'm going to spoil the entire video right now. They're not. Guys, this video's obviously been done before by other creators, that's why I'm going to spice it up with a little dash of competition, i.e. after each post, I shall rank them. From maybe a little, all the way up to enjoy therapy, and everything in between. Okay, starting off hot. Sex so terrible that I actually cried. Been there before. No, I haven't. And guys, if in the next shot, like I said, I'm wearing a different shirt and I look a day younger, it's because I already recorded this intro yesterday. So enjoy the video. I don't even know where to start. The beginning usually fucking helps. This was honestly one of the worst sexual experiences of my life. At first, I didn't even want to have sex. He just came over to cuddle, but he kept asking. I was already numb and just wanted comfort because I'd had a conversation with my ex about getting back together that went nowhere and left me feeling worse. Eventually, I gave up and said, forget it. And now here I am, feeling worse than ever. Boring! Irrelevant. I'm being a He's completely unathletic. That's a really funny way to describe somebody. No, you're not fat, you're not unfit, you're just unathletic. Kept complaining about his leg cramping, refused to get on top, which would have actually felt better for me, and expected me to do all the work. I told him straight up I can't finish from penetration, and I need clitoral stimulation or a vibrator. He refused the toy and even refused to let me touch myself. I tried guiding him, literally moving his hand to show him how to finger me properly, and he kept doing something else. His fingering felt like jabbing, like a jackhammer, and the way he tried to rub my clit was awful. You ladies know the trying to start a fire feeling. Yes. Now my vagina feels like sandpaper. Sore, dry, burning. He kept begging me to ride him even though I told him that doesn't get me off. I finally did, and he came in less than a minute. He got up, threw the condom away, didn't check on me, didn't care that I hadn't finished, and went back to his phone. I'm crying silently beside him. He doesn't know. Oh. I feel so unseen, used and dirty. I thought sex could give me comfort tonight and instead it made me feel like absolute trash. I honestly feel like I want to die. I know that sounds extreme, but that's how bad I feel right now. This isn't funny. This is just sad. Fuck you, Reddit. I hate when people put like a title that's like funny. Sex so terrible that I actually cried because she snapped my dick in half and it hurt. So that's why I'm crying. No, it's just a sad story about someone who just felt used and dirty. Thanks. This video's off to a flying start. Okay, so to sum it up, this girl is having sex with a piece of shit, which I can't imagine would feel too nice anyway, having sex with a piece of shit. You know, not my kind of thing. And her experience reflected that, and it brought her to an emotional state, and now she doesn't know if that was a valid reaction. So you wanted to have sex with this guy, he didn't know how to touch you properly, your pussy felt like sandpaper, and then he finished in a minute, rolled over and died and didn't tell you anything. Yeah, maybe you're overreacting a little bit. Joking. I'm gonna put this one in valid crash out. Yeah. Enough said. Let's move on. Am I overreacting for finding my wife fascinated with gangbang porn and BBC? I'm an average athletic build. Why is everyone obsessed with saying whether they're athletic or not? Is this part of the rules? You have to state your build? And we have a very good sex life going on, but a few weeks back when I was submitting some online forms for her, I accidentally saw on her search history all those contents. Now I'm super insecure about myself and I can't get away with it. Can't get away with it or can't get away from it? I can't get away with it. I can't get away with my insecurity. I can't get away from the big black in her history. It just follows me. It followed me to my search history. Some interesting wording as well. Why would you say that your wife is fascinated with it and not like she just watches it? Because, you know, if the way you've worded it, you might not have anything to worry about. She's just fascinated with watching a bunch of dudes run a train on a one single woman. Maybe she's researching it. I don't know. And the BBC, I'll have you know, has produced some fucking great TV over the years. Great TV. And for those of you who don't know, in Britain, the BBC is a massive TV network, okay? In my neck of the woods, it doesn't stand for big black. It stands for big British cameras. I don't actually know what it stands for. Big British. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, this one's really short, but to rank it, I need to kind of gather an impression of how he's actually reacted. And he said that now he's super insecure about himself and he can't get away from it. I'll put myself in his shoes. If I'd gone into my wife's search history and seen gangbang porn and BBC there, I'd be fucking mortified. Mainly because I'm not married, so I don't have a wife, but... Okay, no, jokes aside, if you kind of accidentally find out that your wife's been kind of masturbating over lots of people having sex with one person, and it happens to be of a race that I'm guessing you aren't, then I'd feel pretty fucking hot too. I'm gonna put that in reacting, because you are simply just that. Reacting pretty rationally. I'd be worried if you weren't reacting like that. And to hammer home the point that I'm putting this in the reacting category, we are now going to react to some gangbang porn. Oh, okay, I found one that's not anything to do with sex and porn. Am I overreacting? Co-worker removed my jokes from my computer. Oh, dude, you're a fucking loser. What kind of fucking problem is that? My co-worker deleted all my jokes from my computer. Oh, shucks, man. My co-worker deleted all my jokes from my computer. Guys, am I overreacting because my co-worker deleted all my jokes from my computer? You know where a real comedian keeps his jokes? Right in his big black no, head. I was meant to say head. See, I thought of that edit before I'd even edited it. That's how ahead of the fucking curve I am. Please subscribe. Glad to be back. Sorry, there's also a picture that goes with this post. Quote of the day: I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Jokes to get you through your day. I don't work well under pressure or any other circumstance. Are these two jokes inappropriate for public school office? My co-worker removed them from my outward-facing computer. They're like stuck on his right. I was gonna say, like, why the fuck do you have jokes on your computer? There's this thing. It's called Google, and you use it. You can search for anything! My co-worker removed them from my outward-facing computer. I thought they show my sense of humour, and other staff thought they were fine. One is quote from Benjamin Franklin. Now I'm mildly annoyed with her. Okay, sir, well, the fact that you work in a school office, which is where students are going to be regularly because, you know, you have to go to the office if you're late, or you slice your arm open and they need to put a paper towel on it. And on your computer you have a joke about not working well and failing tests. Literally any other professional environment I would have been like, yeah, remove my jokes. God, yeah, she is a bitch. But like, come on, dude. You're gonna have students going back to class being like, no, so I didn't fail the test actually. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Do you know Benjamin Franklin said that? No, I don't know who that is. A Fortnite streamer? I don't know. And the second one is you just flat out admitting that you're incompetent. I'm shit at my job. Hear that, students? You can get employed by being shit. So maybe you should fail that test a million ways, or whatever the fucking quote was. I'm gonna put that in maybe a little, because you can't really be mildly annoyed when your co-worker takes down a joke of you basically just saying that you suck balls at the job you do to help students learn. Ah, sir, please help. I chopped my finger off in food tech. I need you to call an ambulance. Well, you know what my laptop says, kiddo. Don't work well under pressure, so fuck off. Am I overreacting? I was threatened by the smeller and left my house. Oh god, I love a no context title. We are connecting you directly with the person delivering your order. They may reach out with questions or updates. You smell so good today. I can't wait to smell you again. This number cannot be used anymore. Please contact DoorDash support for assistance. The smeller is coming to take you to the smeller's house. I cannot wait. You will not stop the smeller. The smeller is nearing. The smeller can smell you. The smeller can always smell you. I desire your scent. It travels through the atmosphere into my nasal passageways. I have a gun. Sorry, I didn't realise he added this last message as well. Can you smell my gun? Fucking weirdo. I have a gun, by the way. Can you smell it? I can. Do you know what it smells like? It smells like fucking freedom. God bless America. I feel like there are no words to explain this. My DoorDash driver has been creepily texting me about being the smeller for 24 hours. DoorDash support gave me a $5 refund. I don't even know where to begin with this, and my local police is a crappy sheriff department that consistently refuses to do their job and inspires exactly zero hope. I packed up to stay with my mum for the night with my dog, and I'm like, is this probably just a stupid joke that I'm overreacting to? When I picked up my DoorDash, I had just showered and didn't have socks or shoes on, and I made a joke about having my grippers out on cam when the guy took a pic of me. I think that's where this is coming from. Why the fuck would you think that that's where this is coming from? Oh, do you know what it is? He probably sent me loads of questions about wanting to smell me and shoot me because I had my stinky ass toes out when he came with my food. It's fine. It's always a funny thing with like DoorDash, Uber, all that. It's kind of like, God, if you really kind of just take the time to think about it, a stranger now knows where you live. Okay, I apologise. Now, none of you are ever going to use DoorDash or Uber ever again. I love that DoorDash just sent her $5 just for her troubles. They're like, our delivery driver's sending you really weird, threatening, smelly messages. Oh, you're scared and you've contacted the police? Damn. Well, I bet $5 would make you feel better, eh? Don't mention it. No, it's fine. No, it's not for you, by the way. It's for the delivery driver. Yeah, he can either smell your feet or get $5, so... Yeah, he's a wild one, is Jerry. Jesus Christ, if I got messages like this and got the response you did from DoorDash and law enforcement, I'd probably move somewhere across the ocean and change my name, nor in the sliders I'd be up all night wishing / had a gun. In England, our dumbass laws means if you use anything as a weapon on an intruder, it has to be improvised. You can't just use a bat that you keep under your bed unless you keep a glove and a ball with it and say it's sporting equipment and you never intended to use it as a weapon. What? Is that true? I mean... How would they ever know whether it was improvised or not? No, I always keep a knife under my fucking bed. Sorry, where else are you supposed to put knives? Are we the only household that puts knives under their big black okay, I'm torn between two categories, and they're not next to each other. That's the interesting thing. I'm torn between valid crash out, because she's like went to her mum's, and enjoy therapy. Because, you know, we're laughing about it, but, you know, if you live alone and you got those messages and your driver, when he actually delivered it, was a bit creepy, then who knows? Valid crash out. Valid crash out. I'm going with valid crash out. It's valid. Imagine she gets to her mum's and it just turns into, like, Red Riding Hood. She's like, hi, mum, I'm here. And she's like, oh, good, dear. I could smell you when you walked in. She has one of those zip costumes, just does that, and it just turns out to be the driver.
I'm so glad you decided to come.
I just turned that into horror. You're welcome. Please like the video. Am I overreacting? Boyfriend slept with a guy. So I'm 24, female, and my boyfriend, 25 male, have been together for almost 6 months now. But it's kind of complicated. We actually dated when we were younger, broke up, but stayed in contact, always with this almost, but not quite, relationship vibe. Fast forward to now, and BAM! We're officially dating again. Then the bomb dropped. I found out, not from him mind you, but from the guy himself, that my boyfriend got drunk a month ago and hooked up with him. Cue my entire world tilting on its axes. It's not even the cheating part that's messing with me the most, though that definitely stings. It's the fact that he never told me, and he's apparently not as straight as he led me to believe. I confronted him, and he admitted he enjoyed it, and even had feelings for the guy at the time. Though he claims those feelings are gone now, I suggested maybe he needs to explore his sexuality, even offered a break so he could figure things out. I've even offered an open relationship, but he's adamant he wants me. That he's terrified of losing me, and that he doesn't want an open relationship because he wants just me. He's cut off all contact with the guy and is trying really hard to make it up to me. But honestly, I don't know if I can trust him. He lied about being straight, made me believe everything was okay. Although when I did confront him, he has been honest, and has been honest about all my questions I've asked him. He swears it won't happen again, that he wants a future with me, but I'm just so confused. Should I stay and try to work through this, or is it time to walk away? This whole situation is eating me alive, and I could really use some outside perspective. What would you do? That is a really interesting situation. You find out your boyfriend's a bit gay, because he's had sex with a man, but he still wants you, but you don't... Yeah, I wouldn't know how to feel either. Yeah, is it the fact that he cheated, or is it the fact that you didn't really know who he was? Okay, let's break it down. He lied and cheated, I guess, but then he probably lied because he felt like maybe bad, but then he enjoyed it and he admitted that to his girlfriend, so... Yeah. Well, he's clearly figuring himself out, but I think the cheating and the lying, I could almost accept if he lied and when he told you he broke down and was really ashamed, because then that gives a reason why he lied, but the fact that he enjoyed it, it didn't really make much sense. So I think a breakup's valid, but then I also think that a second chance is valid. You know, I'm not even ranking it at this point, I'm just trying to help. Although she didn't really give much details on how she feels. She kind of just told the story, so I think I've got to just put reacting. I know I said at the beginning of the video that, like, spoiler alert, they aren't overreacting, because the ones I've, like, normally seen have been really bad. Like, dark. Too dark for this video. Like, there was one I remember seeing, it was like, am I overreacting? My dad is, like, coming on to me. It's like, yeah, like, stuff like that. I was expecting more, but this is like a perfect kind of balance right now. Am I overreacting? Housemate is making me feel uncomfortable. Okay, we've got a chat log to read. Hi, I know I've said this before, but please, can you kindly rinse the sink after washing your dishes? I take drinking water from that tap to drink, and it's unfair for it to be kept that way. The tap isn't dirty. It's a few soap suds around the sink. I don't see why it's an issue. I don't like pans of food being left out for days, but I understand that the kitchen doesn't belong to me and we all have our different ways of doing things. If soap suds on the sink is bothering you, then rinse them off yourself. Soap suds? Is she on about, like, the little, like bits of foam from soap that are on the sink? And she's saying, yeah, would you mind just rinsing those, because I drink from that tap, which has no contact with those soap suds, so respect? All right, dear. Thank you. This is the second time you are being rude to me for a mere conversation. I am sure if this kitchen was unkept when you came to check the house, you wouldn't have paid for it, but I will let this slide. Thank you, once again. Why is she thanking her? Also, am I being sexist? There's been no reference to genders here, but I've just assumed that these are both girls. Okay, here's my defense. Nicole had a very similar issue to this when she was at her uni house between two girls. So I'm drawing parallels from that, which has made me subconsciously assume that these are both females. I'm autistic. Okay. If you see it as rudeness, then you have a skewed perception of the conversation. A few soap suds in the sink wouldn't have bothered me. You have been complaining at me since the day I moved in and accusing me of things and taking my clothes out of the washing machine just because you want to use it. You have many habits that I find unhygienic in the kitchen, but that isn't my business, so I don't complain. In future, if you wish to speak to me or complain or accuse me of something, please put it into the group chat so everyone can see. I will let it slide this time, but next time, please follow this boundary. Honey, I speak to people direct. If I don't like stuff, I will tell you. I've never had any issues with anyone since I moved in here. I took your clothes out because you told me to the other time, and if same is don't to me. I thought you just said you speak to people directly and now you're making up sentences. I wouldn't be mad because the washing machine belongs to everyone. Never mind, I never speak to you again because you do not know how to hold a conversation and I can't stand insult. And speaking of habits, can you mention one, because last I found out you have the worst habits. You leave things on the table and don't clean them. I clean them most times and never say a thing about it. I clean them till I am tired before I speak to you about it. Other ladies have lived here and never had issues with thin. Man, I don't know whose side to be on. She cleans them until she is a tire. And other ladies have lived here and they've never had issues with thin. So, you know, I don't actually know what's going on anymore. You both sound pretty annoying to me, so I'm going to put it in maybe a little, because it makes me just maybe a little bit pissed off, actually, because that felt like a waste of time reading. Okay, is it just me? I want more drama. I want stuff I can really sink my teeth into, okay? Fucking patting about because of who's washed the dishes doesn't interest me, okay? Am I overreacting for leaving my girlfriend's family dinner after what her dad said? My girlfriend invited me to a family dinner to finally meet her parents. We've been together for almost a year, so I wanted to make a good impression. Dinner started out fine, until her dad started asking me about my job. I work in IT, and while it pays well, it's not some high status career. After a few questions, he smirked and said, so basically you just sit behind a computer all day. Not exactly the kind of guy I imagined for my daughter. Sorry, I swear like that's 70% of jobs for the last 20 years. Everyone kind of laughed awkwardly. I tried to brush it off with a joke, but then he added, maybe someday you'll get a real job so you can actually support a family. What a dick. How are you gonna say that when you're meeting your daughter's boyfriend for the first time? Like, I get the first statement kind of, I mean, it's not really offensive. It can be taken that way, but it could also be a bit of a joke or just a kind of an ignorant statement. Like, oh, that's that. So you basically just sit in front of a computer all day. Okay, but that's not what I imagine my daughter would be saying. Like, it's kind of it's an imperative statement. But then taking that a step further and being like, well, maybe one day you can get a real job so you can support a family, you fucking invalid. I felt my stomach drop. My girlfriend just said, Dad, but didn't defend me beyond that. How did she say it though? Dad. Oh, don't listen to him. He's just a okay? Or did she say it like, Dad? I've been wanting to say this for fucking ever. I don't want a nerd husband. I quietly excused myself, said I wasn't feeling well, and left. Later that night, my girlfriend texted me saying I embarrassed her by walking out and that I should have just let it go because her dad was only teasing. That's not teasing. That's a straight personal attack.
Maybe one day you can get a real job, you fucking little nerd.
Do you know what I was doing at your age? Yeah, I was a gas pump attendant and I could afford a house because the economy was different. I honestly feel disrespected and don't think I overreacted, but now she's acting cold and says I owe her family an apology. Do you fuck owe her family an apology? Do you know what? I'm going to put that in underreacting. Because you know what I would have said if fucking dad said, oh, maybe one day you'll get a real job so you can support a family? I'd say, oh, it's funny you should say that because I fucked your daughter in your own bed last night and it broke. So maybe one day you'll get a real job so you can get a bed that'll support me and my monster cock. Excuse me. But I'm still going to put it in underreacting though, because I haven't put one there yet and I need to make it balanced. But you could have done more. I mean, I'd be more pissed at my girlfriend for not defending me. There is one tier that has no entries in for this video. Enjoy therapy. And I'm going to find one before we end this video. Am I overreacting, or was this guy trying to murder me? Honey, put your shoes on. Why? Just trust me. Tell me when they're on. No. I'm all suspicious now. I want you to do something for me. What? Are they on? Maybe. Put them on, babe. Okay, they're on. Now, go for a little walk out front and look up at the sky. I can't. My neighbour will talk to me. Back has to be front. You can't see at the back angle. How do you know where my house is facing? I dropped you off, remember? It's worth it, I promise. Do you remember where I live? I'm looking through the front window. Yeah, of course. All I had was kombucha that night. That's a weird date drink. Babe, you can't see from the inside. I didn't think you'd remember a random house. The sun? Are you outside? You'll know when you see it. I can see the sunset. Please go outside. It's better than just the sunset. Through the blinds where the neighbours can't strike up a conversation. No, you have to trust me. I won't. It's worth it. It's beautiful like you. I wish we could view it together. But go outside. No! You have to look towards the shopping centre direction. Is it a proposal in the sky? It's something. Trust me. Are you stalking me? It's good. I promise. Are you trying to kidnap me? That's a good idea actually, but not today. Sure is starting to feel like I'm going to be pushed inside a van. Babe, hurry. Tell me what you're talking about, lol. If you don't, it's coming to you. That's legit scary. Sweetie, it's all good. Okay, I'll tell you. Don't be mad. I drove up to see you. I hope you're joking. I'm at the shopping centre. Come over and see me. You're joking. I'm serious. I wanted to see you and give you a hug. Why not ask me? Because you always say no, but I think you need a hug. If you thought I'd say no, why trick me into coming out? I wanted to surprise you. You knew I wouldn't like it though. Please don't come over here. You would once you see me. Come over, please. Please stop. I'm kinda scared. I'm coming to knock on the door, then say hi. I'm telling you no. Go away. Do not come here. I am so serious. Leave or I'll call the police. Please say hi, sweetie. Never contact me again. I'm calling the coos. Cops. We went on one 2-hour dinner date 6 months ago and started texting again for the past week, talking about having another date. He lives 2 hours away. After I told him I was scared and to leave, he came and he was pounding on the front door and shouting my name until my dad went out and scared him off. This just happened and I'm all shook up. Okay, found it. Yep, enjoy therapy. You went on a date with a guy 6 months ago. He lives 2 hours away. He came and surprised you. He texted you creepily, asked to come outside and see him. You said no, that you're calling the police, and then he pounded on your door and shouted your name until your dad had to come. Well, for starters, I just want to say thank God your dad was there. Just want to say my token pick-me thing of the video. Every time I go onto Reddit, I'm reminded about how terrible men are. I'm not joking. With any of these like popular subreddits that are used for YouTube videos, nice guys, am I the arsehole, overreacting confessions, all that, I'm just like, God, you guys are terrible. You guys are terrible. I'm talking about the women. I mean, what must you have done to make this guy act like that? It's obviously your fault. I am joking. Please don't kill me. Yeah, definitely the top one, especially when he said, yeah, kidnapping you would be a good idea, but I'm not doing that today. It's just like you've met once. That's just mind-blowingly wrong to say. But hey, I hope that restraining order went through okay, because I hope that man never is allowed near you again. Okay guys, that's where I'm going to leave it today. I've been doing this for like an hour and a half and I'm tired. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out my last video if you haven't already. And I will see you next week, hopefully back on Instagram when we can look at more terrible things. Thank you. Take care, guys. Goodbye.